There we go. My setup is very not professional. Uh, so October 7th, it's another October 7th. And it's still raw, all this, as I said in the last video. I sat down a couple days after and wrote a poem. It's got 10 parts, it's a longer poem. A year goes by, and the only thing I know from x-rays is that my spine is too straight, and that no authority listens enough when all shoestrings have been snapped or cut. I whisper as medical machines buzz, keep licking the salt, keep the saltiness up, even if it's just tears in the end, make the cost of cheering brutality deep, wide, lasting. All around the ears are another tunnel in the earth being flooded and sealed shut because witnessing does hurt. I too have a tongue that plays possum, heavy as a sleeping child in your arms, a tongue that will wake and shrug off a shroud of dry mark pasties. These kids have no water. Their tongues taste gangrene on each gust and bathe in atomized concrete, atomized dead. But it is apple season where I am, and here the baking's so good, and our flour is not paired with massacre. Gazan's teeth grinding until loose with no food to chew. Pass that child an orange, pass that child hope that is truthful, help that will arrive before the last lungful. I am lapsed Catholic crying for any upon high, for authorities to head back to their corners, time out, think about what you've wrought. My white phosphorus anger down to the bone knows I am not a good person when it comes to forgiving. I want to see the Deathbringers' heads on any unbroken plate. I want to see them squirm, not just from online cringe, and not from pain, but from ego stripped, and from fear that isn't tactic or ruse. I want them to see how I see, because as far as I can see, my words have not changed a goddamn thing. I want to hand over my stinging eyes so that they take in the entire future of humanity dangling on a string. Every Palestinian speaking out. I see the target on their everything. I am made pure shame as they step up, step up, step up, knowing what stepping up means. I crucible my anger and let it harden. Fuck Old Testament wrath. Fuck any Messiah whose return means vaporizing women and children and men. I want a red calf to be a red calf and nothing else. My holiest rule is no people can be sin eaters for any other people's sins. No whipping boys to spare the rich from welts, no scapegoats brutalized as misdirection. I have more new rules than Bill Maher's craven gig, but the strikes I want to break are the ones airbound, supersonic, and each scab should be cleaned out and eyeballed in case they turn septic. Yes, it's hard to look, harder to hear. If you turn away, at least trust a little girl asking her pet cat not to eat her and her family when they are killed. An echo of the same questions. When these easy questions have already been answered, yet are asked again, time after time, by time wasters measuring square miles for beachfront and mining rights. Questions that in stolen lingerie, TikTok dance on memories, on first words and first steps, on graduations, on peaceful lives and deaths, on loved ones unearthed from final resting place, on hope flitting by with no chase. Lately, I only ask if land doesn't have eyes or vocal cords, then how does it cry and cry out when we crater and churn? The obvious answer is it's up to us. For a land and its people, we cry out and march and disturb for peace. We will not cease until beyond ceasefire, until beyond apartheid and ethno state. We refuse the held out hands of those who give pain and expect everyone outside the killing zone to sincerely smile simply because the wailing comes from so far away. But let all of us here be warned. What is tested on Palestine are chickens that will damn how well return as new tools in the hands of our rulers, that'll be used to scare us mute or bloody us until dead. Let this all be on our heads if we lean away from what we must say and do.